Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do, gang? We live. We back, man. Y'all know me. It's your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. How y'all doing out there on this Thursday, man? Let's get into it. Come on in here. Let's talk about this slate, man. If you new to the channel, you in the right spot. It's the best kept secret in daily fantasy sports, man. The Golden Goose DFS show, man. If you ain't heard by now, somebody you better get a clue, man. I drop gems out here. Hit that subscribe button, man. Turn the notification bell on so you can be out here rocking with us every day when the videos drop, alright? Also, y'all know I need y'all to do one small favor, man. Do I gotta threaten y'all again? Y'all fell off, man. We got 100 on the first video when I threatened y'all. I guess y'all respond better to threats, man. Come on, don't make me have to resort to that. I'm a nice guy. Let's hit that like button for your boy, man. Get that good karma flowing in your life this morning. You know what I'm saying? When you do good, you get good in return, alright? If you're wondering why you miserable all the time or something like that, it's probably because you're giving out a lot of hate. Try to give out a little more love and watch the love come back to you, alright? Gotta show love to get love. Hit that like button. And also, if you need some help with your single entry, you trying to jump in a 20 max game, you never really 20 max before, need some help with that, hit the link, hit the Patreon link below. Come join the fam, man. We'll chop it up. We'll just show you how to do it, teach you how to do 20 max and things like that, alright? That's why I'm at every day. But let's get to this lineup review before it's the starting five. You know what I do. Solid night last night. Solid night. Little winners on both sides. You know, nothing to write home about. But, you know, anything that's a win is not a loss in DFS. So, this is my best lineup right here. Let's chop it up, man. If you caught my tweets yesterday, I told you the two guys, William Gabriel and Sandro Machiavelli. I don't know how I said it last night. I've been calling him Machiavelli. We call him Mamu. All that over here. I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but I pretty much had them in everything. I tweeted out them two on all sites. I pretty much had them in everything. We did get a little scared when Gabriel wasn't starting, but me and the team chopped it up, man. We just felt like that Rui was a trap. They don't really like Rui. He hasn't been getting heavy minutes in no real situation over there. And I told y'all on yesterday's video, the Houston Rockets had too much size down there, especially with Sengun coming back, for Gabriel not to play. He's really their only big, so I didn't see any way around it. So even though we got that news that he was out, we still left him in heavy. So I had these two in just about everything. So William Gabriel was very solid. Gave you 29 fantasy points, 14 boards out of him over there. And then Machiavelli, he should have had a much bigger game. Everybody that faded him got lucky. Yeah, it went to OT. Better be glad he had a horrible shooting night. He had some tough threes rim out, a couple of shots at the rim out. Like, he real live could have dropped about 30 fantasy points. He could have 10x right here. All you faders got lucky. He still was solid at 3,100 with 23 fantasy points. But y'all got real lucky his shot was off. Because if that shot was hitting and you was in that 50%, man, you might have got crushed. But those two were solid for me, Gabriel and Machiavelli. This particular lineup here, I was heavy on the late game last night. Everybody was on Kawhi and Paul George. I was too. I thought they were solid plays, but nobody wanted to play Steph for some reason. I can see why on DK he was a little more higher price, but when you look at FanDuel when we get over there, I'm like, he was 9-8. Like, what did y'all? There's no way you can be high on George and Kawhi, but not like Steph or anybody back from the Clippers. Like, what do you think is going to happen? So we were just heavy on that late game. And matter of fact, I liked 3 Clippers last night. I set a rule, actually. The 3 Clippers I liked last night were George, Leonard, and Westbrook. And I had set a rule that any lineup containing two of those 3 players running back with Steph Curry. So that was my rule yesterday for my 20 max. And that's what you see here. Down here at the bottom, man. Late game stack with George, Kawhi, and Steph Curry. All of them balled out. Needed a little more from Paul George. Last night was one of those rare instances I played George and Kawhi together. A lot of times I don't really like to play those two together, but last night I felt we could do it to give us a little leverage since everybody was high on George and Kawhi already. I figured playing them together would give me a little leverage on the field. So that's what you have at the bottom. And at the top, just some value plays that we need to cram in there. I like Keldon Johnson running it back against Dallas because everybody was on Hardy, Josh Green, of course. And I like a run back if you're getting 2 or 3 guys from the team. So Keldon Johnson here, 24%. He had a nice night, 40 fantasy points. And then Levert and Kobe White. Once Alex Caruso was ruled out, we know that bumped Kobe White up in the rotation, give him a few more minutes. And Kobe White, whenever he gets minutes now, he does his thing. So at 3,300, we thought he could give us a solid return at that price tag. And he almost 10x for you with 31 fantasy points at 5% on. Went right back to Karis LeVert here. Didn't care that Donovan Mitchell was starting. If you watch the Cavs and you know LeVert is playing 25 to 30 minutes off the bench, and I thought this 4,900 price tag was a solid price for him. Got him in here. He worked out for us at 5% on. He gave us 40 fantasy points to round out the lineup. So there you have my best lineup, 325. It was an $1.20 max. I thought this was the one too. We was going into that late game. I looked. I said, "Oh man!" I thought it was the takedown, but didn't quite get enough. But it was solid. Let's go look at FanDuel. Same thing over here. 333. You know, it's a 220 max, man. Come in 570th place over here. At the top with Steph Curry, 12%. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, I don't know what y'all was thinking about on FanDuel, man. I don't know how y'all didn't get Steph. You see up under that, I got Russell Westbrook, 2% on, 42 fantasy points. Solid outing from him. Then went with the chalk and Jaden Hardy. He was solid with 33 fantasy points. Zach LaVine let me down. I was high on Zach LaVine yesterday, too. I expected a much bigger game from him, especially going against the Sacramento Kings. I needed that little overtime that would have helped us. But he did okay. Got Kawhi Leonard at 16%. Nobody wanted to pay up for him over here on FanDuel, so I would happily oblige. He gave you 51 fantasy points. Got Troy Brown right here, man. He let me down tremendously. 13 fantasy points, man. He was playing better when AD was playing. He gave. I don't understand how you get better fantasy performance with AD and D'Angelo Russell in there, and now AD out in the starting lineup, and you do absolutely nothing. So Troy Brown really hurt this lineup. This lineup should have finished a lot better. And then you can see Machiavelli here, 21 fantasy points at 54% on. Got a little Jared Vanderbilt at 41% on. He gave 38 fantasy points. And then round out the center with Winner Gabriel at 15%. Gave 30 fantasy points. So there you have it, man. My best lineup over here on FanDuel, 333. Let's get to today's slate. They're giving us a little break, man. A 5-game slate, and it's looking tough out there right now. We don't have any outstanding value like we've had the past couple of slates, so it's not no lock and load, guys. So you're gonna have to really build tonight. Depending on how this news break, it could be some value opening up. Y'all know how NBA DFS go, but at the top, I want to look at Jamal Murray, 7,700. Prices, I like this price tag on. Great matchup against the Detroit Pistons. Most of every game tonight is looking like a blowout except for one. We'll talk about that next. But I like getting Jamal Murray. I'm not really worried about that injury designation. That's just load management. Just trying to manage his knee issues. He should be back in the starting lineup. He's been playing well whenever he's played this year. And he should absolutely, help crush these Detroit Pistons. This game shouldn't be close. I don't like to assume blowouts, but it's a good chance this one is not close. And whenever I think it's a blowout, I like to look at the pieces around the stars. So Jamal Murray's a nice piece. I don't mind getting to a little Michael Porter Jr., maybe some Aaron Gordon here in the spot. As I tell y'all all the time, man, blowouts come from the role players. The stars are going to do them most nights. So you get your blowouts when the role players have good nights. So that's what we want to do here. Look at some Jamal Murray. Look at some even a little KCP. I know he's been playing. He's been shooting horribly as of late, but the minutes are still there. So just look at those role players when you're looking at this game. In my opinion, all right. We like Jamal Murray at 7,700. Expect him to get it done here. At the shooting guard, Brooklyn Bridges, man. Mikal Bridges, 1/3 of the medium 3 out here, 8,300. Like getting to him. Great game environment against the Sacramento Kings. This should probably be the most competitive game on the slate. Everything else looking like it might be blowouts. That Toronto OKC game could be close. OKC plays they're solid. They play everybody tough. So, but this Sacramento Brooklyn game should be the best game of the night in my opinion. We'll see. But Bridges has just been performing well since coming over there. He's turning into the alpha scorer or the lead scorer for this team. I like getting Mikal Bridges in a great matchup against the Sacramento Kings. At the small forward, this is a piece we're going to need injury news for, man. Hunting for value. Like I said, there's none that's eye-catching right now that's jumping right out at you. But Jordan Nwora, if Buddy Hield and all those Miles Turner and the rest of those Pacer guys miss, I don't mind going back to Jordan Nwora. Now, we should possibly get Tyrese Halliburton back this game. I think that actually helps Nwora. Nwora's a scorer, man. He likes to score. He's aggressive. He's going to look for his shot. So if you get a player like Halliburton, an excellent passer, exquisite passer, back in the lineup, it could help New Orleans' offensive game. He's going to set the table for him, get him a little easier looks, and make it a little easier for New Orleans to score. As they're going to need him without Duarte, Mathurin, Hill. They don't have any other scorers in there. I think New Orleans their best scorer with all those guys out. So give me some Jordan Noir right here. I like him either way. I like him better if Halliburton plays, but then he don't have to create his own shot. Like I said, he can let Halliburton create looks for him. At the power forward, I want to look at Cam Johnson. Another 1/3 of the medium three, 6,300. I like the price tag is there. He's a little scoring dependent. He's going to give you some peripherals, but the upside come from the scoring. So we need that trade ball to be falling. Should be a lot of possessions here going against these Sacramento Kings. A lot of transition play. So I think that bodes well for Cam. He can get some pull-up looks and transitions, some corner threes on the kickouts. So we just need this shot to fall right here. I like getting the Cam in this matchup against the Sacramento Kings. And then coming at the center spot, I want to look at DeAndre Ayton, 7,400. Just expect him to continue to add to the offensive end with no Kevin Durant over here. You know, all they scoring boils down to Booker and him. Chris Paul really sets the table for him in a pick and roll. Hopefully he can get some looks going, get that little one-hand push shot in the lane falling. We really need him to be on the boards, though. If he can get 10 to 12 boards here in this spot, he can really crush this 7,400 price tag. But I like the matchup here going against the Orlando Magic. Get you some DeAndre Ayton. There you have it, your starting five for DraftKings: Jamal Murray, Mikal Bridges, Jordan Noir, Cam Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton. Let's go look at FanDuel, see what I'm doing over there. Hit that like button if you haven't already, man. What you waiting on? All right. At the point guard, staying with Jamal Murray, 8,200. Like I said, I expect him to be back and make an immediate impact. He's been playing well, been shooting the ball well. You know, the blue arrow, I need him to be in full effect here against the Detroit Pistons tonight. Maybe he can come back and let Jokic get a little night off. Jokic can take a little rest and don't got to go so crazy tonight. But I like Jamal Murray, 8,200. Come in at shooting guard, man. It's tough. It's tough right now, especially on FanDuel. You scrounging for value. I'm going to look at Josh Giddey, man. He's not a guy I typically play that much, but the way pricing is setting up and it being a 5-game slate, I think you got to kind of look at him here in this spot. He's been playing well with SGA and triple-double last game out, so you know the upside is there. He's just so up and down, man. You need him to be aggressive and come out tonight and really look to create plays for everybody. So I'm going to try to take a few shots on Josh Giddey at 8K going against Toronto. Not the best of matchup, but pricing and everything considered, I'm going to take a look at him here. Hopefully something opens up and I can pivot off of him. I'm not in love with Josh Giddey, but I don't mind getting some shares at him right now. At the small forward, staying with Cam Johnson, 6,300. Like, for all the reasons I just said, man, great game environment, should be fast-paced. We just need him to hit them threes and get that shot going to give us an upside performance there. Whenever he's playing well, the minutes upside is there, man. He can play 36, 37 minutes, and that's what you love about this Brooklyn trio. So give me some Cam Johnson at 6,300. Coming at the power forward, I want to look at Michael Porter Jr. Like I just told you, man, you want to look at the ancillary pieces when you thinking it's going to be a blowout. Look at the helpers. So I like Michael Porter Jr. here. He can definitely add to it. Found his shot a little bit last game. We hoping that continue. He's a very streaky shooter that can fill it up. So hopefully he can keep that shot going here against the Detroit Pistons. There's not going to be any real defense to stop him over there. So I like getting the Michael Porter Jr. at 6,100. And a bill like this gives you leverage. So if you're in a spot, you think everybody's going Jokic, going Murray and Michael Porter like this will give you leverage off of them, because if these two guys have a good game, chances are Jokic is not getting his ceiling performance. So this is where you can get leverage in your bills right here by going the ancillary pieces and not going Jokic if everybody's going to go Jokic, all right? And finishing it out, man, at the center spot, like some Domantas Sabonis, 10-2, he has just been on a tear. He is on a tear. I'm seeing the assists lately, and I'm taking that he's running all the offense through him. I haven't really watched the last couple of Kings games, but I'm going to have to go back and look at the tape or something and see what's going on, because his assist total last couple of games have been out of this world, pushing triple-doubles. It looks like they're running all the offense through him. I don't know if it was a game thing or the matchup, if people trying to take away Fox or they scheming. I don't know. Like I said, I go look at it, but if they're going to continue to If he's going to continue to play like this, I definitely have some interest in it. And you know it's FanDuel. The center is the most important spot on FanDuel. You only get one, so you really want to get it right. If you fail at center, you're probably not going to take nothing down. You probably can still finish in the money, but you got to get that center right. And I'm just going to get the Sabonis and hope he continues the ball here, all right? There you have it, man. Your starting five for FanDuel. DeMontis Sabonis, Michael Porter Jr., Cameron Johnson, Josh Giddey, and Jamal Murray. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They're most definitely going to be in mine, all right? It's going to do it here for us today, man. If you want some help, you want to jump in this 20 max game, or you need a little help with your single entry, you want to see my bills, got tons of questions for me, join the Patreon family. I'm in the Discord every day, chopping it up, giving you my bills, telling you my strategy, telling how we attacking the slate. It's all there, man. Hit that below. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, alright? Let's get it.